You ever have one of those moments when a game just make you realize that a company completely fumbled the bag? Well, I'm over here mowing down zombies, in the Marvel Zombies mode on Marvel Rivals. And then also I watched Marvel Zombies. I just finished that earlier, just a few minutes ago on Disney Plus. And then it made me realize something. It made me hit. This is what Blizzard should have did with Overwatch years ago. So in this video, we're gonna talk about the bag that Blizzard obviously messed up and missed out, and what NetEase is doing with Marvel Rivals at this moment. So let's just start off with the now and then go to the past. Okay, so first and foremost, Marvel didn't just pull this out. NetEase didn't just pull this out of nowhere. Marvel Zombies was a mini series in the comic book, in the Marvel comics, and then it came out. Marvel Studios decided to make the Marvel Zombies in the MCU universe for a 4-part animated series, which also paired up with NetEase, and they partnered up and collab with NetEase to make a zombie, Halloween type mode, PvE, which means, if you're not familiar with PvE, that's player versus environment. So basically a single player version of mode where you go against zombies. Now, if you're familiar with hero shooters and you with Overwatch, you've done this mode before with Junkenstein's Revenge or Junkenstein every Halloween. So it's not different. But what separates that version, the Overwatch version, from the Marvel zombie version is that the Marvel zombie version has backing from the actual TV show. You understand? It's like, I just saw a zombified Namor attack survivors, and then we go into the game and we're actually going against him. I see Blade, who is now the avatar for Khonshu. He's the new Moon Knight. But then you go turn on and then you play Marvel Rivals, and you using the same skin that I just saw in the animated series. That's just awesome. It's like a collaboration. The collaboration means it's also a lore, and it was seamlessly gelled or merged perfectly, beautifully. And what's funny? Overwatch has done that for years with the anime, with their anime shorts, their anime trailers, their cinematic trailers. You just knew, and you can go through any of those trailers right now, any of the Overwatch trailers right now, and look at the comment section, and it was like, when are we going to get an animated series? When are we going to get an animated movie? And that's why I think Blizzard dropped the ball right then and there. I mean, think about it. Remember that, and remember the last Bastion. Remember Hero. Remember Recall. Remember how the first time you saw those anime shorts or those trailers, you got seriously invested. You got invested. You understand me? I forced myself to stop watching 0 Hour because 0 Hour just plays with my heartstrings. Not because it was sad, because just how goddamn awesome it was. If I could, I talk to my friends, and there's a couple things that me and my friends agree with. We will go do anything just to go back to that first night when we saw, Endgame in the theater with like-minded fans of the MCU universe. On your left. That was a great moment. It's the same with Overwatch 2 reveal 0 Hour. The first time you saw 0 Hour, it was like, God damn, this is amazing. Like, literally amazing. And the fact that at that time, right before Overwatch 2, as far as it was coming out, Blizzard was cooking. Blizzard was phenomenally cooking as far as the lore, as far as the trailers, as far as the animation, and we were begging, hoping, wishing for a series to come out of this. But you know what Blizzard did? They looked you in the eye and said, "Nah, we good." And that's the part that hurt. It's not the part that they just scratched the PvE. They scratched the potential. That I got that out the way. Now what? Well, what does NetEase can do with this, and what can Blizzard do with this? This information that what just transpired, and what I'm saying. Well, on the NetEase side, but a lot of content creators who play Marvel Rivals, who's been playing the zombie mode, has figured out and just realized, was like, yo, this was just a test. This is just a test because I think they got something else brewing in the wings, like a more, a more robust PvE. I mean, it's already there. I mean, as far as the Doom bots, as far as the mission, as far as you could do a PvE mission that leads up into the PvP side. I mean, there's so many things. I mean, it's funny that NetEase is creating a lore within the Marvel universe within a game that they're creating. It's totally phenomenal, and there's so much. I'm like, and like several content creators from Marvel Rivals said, this is just the beginning. This was just a test to see if we like it, and obviously, quite frankly, we like it. We love it. I mean, the zombie mode has been fun. Now with Blizzard, it's not over with. I mean, hopefully they saw this and was like, dang, we messed up, but we can fix that. They can do that with Overwatch 2.5, or they can even do it with Overwatch 3. Make it, find a good, decent studio, create a 6-part. You don't even got to do a yearly contract. Just do a 6-month contract to be able to make, 4 or 6 episode series for, now can't do it for Disney Plus, but for Netflix, or can you do it for Hulu? Somebody, Paramount, do it something. Create that. And then have that introduce you into Overwatch 2.5 or Overwatch 3, Overwatch 3. And then, we go against the Anubis. We go against AI, the Anubis AI. Have him be like the main antagonist boss in the anime show, and then have it go into the intro into the video game or mode in Overwatch 2.5. I mean, Blizzard can do it. I'm just saying, will they do it? And will they have the backing? Will they have the financial backing from, Activision/Microsoft? I don't know. I'm just thinking. I mean, it's already there. Blizzard can do this. I mean, Blizzard has some of the most recognizable characters in the video game industry. Hell, Tracer was in Ready Player One. Okay, I mean, you can have it where they have. Let's say Blizzard came out with a 5-part or 5-episode or 4-episode series on Netflix. And then you watch that one episode, and then you can, the very next day, you could play a mission or a story that coincides with that episode. That would be ridiculous. Just ridiculous. I'm gonna stop yapping because I'm getting upset and getting riled up. But at the end of the day, the Marvel Rivals didn't just drop a game mode. They dropped a lesson on how to connect your universe. And with that being said, Blizzard did that with Overwatch, but somehow, some way along the way, they forgot about that. They totally forgot how to do that. And it's a shame because they had the absolute best lore, had the absolute best media outside of video games connecting the lore, and they just lost their way. And they forgot how to get that lore and get that amazing feel when you watch their animes, which made people fall in love with the Overwatch universe in the first place. But it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I guess that's my rant. Well, you guys have a good one. Well, you have a blessed one as well as a good one. And I'll talk to you guys later.